Hey everyone, today is January 1st, 2025. Happy New Year. I just wanted to jump on here and just kind of go over what this year kind of is all about. It's a 9 year. We're just coming out of an 8 year. And a 9 year is all about flushing out the old. They usually say, when it's New Year's and everybody's like, okay, out with the old, in with the new. I guess every year it's kind of like that, but this year in particular, it's actually really about that. It's really about getting rid of anything, any kind of useless, unnecessary things, such as thought processes, ways of being, careers, relationships, whatever. Things that you've been contemplating over the past maybe 3-4 months, and kind of sifting through, like, do I need this? Do I not need this? What am I doing next year? Is this going to be useful for next year? Those things, anything you feel like you can just let go of and is not going to be efficient towards what you're trying to achieve this coming year, just let it go. You gotta release it. It might not even be that easy, possibly. It might take you the whole year to kind of work through it. But that's kind of what's going on this year in general, globally. So this is a layer of energy that everybody's feeling at some level, right? Now, if you wanted to get even more specific with your particular year, you can easily calculate what year you're in right now. You just take your birth date, your birth month, and the birth year, and you add them all up, and you break that down to a single digit. So if you get like 13 at the end of adding all those up, that is actually a 4. So you would be in a 4-year this year. I will go over what a 4-year is in a minute. But first, I think I'm just basically just going to go down the list of what each number is, 1 through 9. And once you do your calculation and you determine what year you're in, you will be able to understand what this year will mean for you. And then you connect that with the global number year that it's in, which is a 9. And what could show up is that maybe you are in a, let's see, we'll just take myself for instance, right? I just personally went into a 2-year. So 2 years ago, I was in a 9-year, because it goes 9 and then 1 and then 2. So it's a 9-year cycle, right? So say you're in a 2-year, but it's a global 9-year, then what the universe is allowing for is, in your personal year of a 9, which was 2 years ago, you were supposed to be flushing things out then. And the universe is giving you another opportunity to flush out any of the details that you might have missed a couple years ago or in the past year or so, right? And now the universe is saying, this is the last time. You got to figure this out. I'm giving you a little bit of an opportunity to get rid of these things that are not useful to you anymore. And let's keep it moving, right? So let's just start with a 1 year. So if you do your calculation and you are in a 1 year, it adds up to a 1. This is all like new beginnings for you. Like, it's a good time to start something new, whether it's a career or relationships or new ways of thinking, studying something new, or going into new ways of just being, It's a very independent, kind of freedom loving year, you know, more focused internally on yourself. Um, yeah. So then if you're in a 1 year, personal 1 year, and then it's a global 9 year, then last year was your 9 year. So you actually have a double time to kind of flush things out until it's basically locked in. So next year, when it's a global 1 year, that's all about globally everything starting fresh. It's a new beginnings, right? For the universe, starting off a whole new 9 year cycle. And so if you're at 1 year, you have multiple years to kind of flush all that stuff out. Now, if you're a 2 year, such as me, sorry, I wrote down some notes here. You're into integration, patience, make sure things are still moving along, from your 1 year where you started something new. Just kind of keeping things on pace, checking all the check boxes, making sure that things are getting done, detail. It's a good relationship building year as well, because 2 loves working with others, building things together. A 3 year is all about expressing yourself. Whatever you built in your 1 year, and then you started maintaining it and really getting the plane off the ground on that 2nd year. Then the 3rd year is really just expressing and sharing that thing with the world. Once again, this doesn't have to be like a career thing. It could be relationships. It could be, like I said, ways of thinking, like just new perspectives on life, and you're just changing the frequency in your brain of like what you're telling yourself of like what is real and what's not real, or what do you believe in and what did you believe in. So a 3 year is very expressive. It's time to make choices. You have lots of options in that year. Realizing all can be had and done. I wrote that down for 3. All can be had and done in the 3 year. So it's a very exciting year. It's a creative year. So if you're in a 3 year, then start getting creative, start expressing yourself, start socializing, start getting out there and telling the world what you've been doing for the past couple of years. 4 year is like a very structured, get things done type of year. You're building, you're expanding. It's a lot of hard work, making things come to life, just consistency. Just stay focused if you're in a 4 year, sorry. A 5 year is very like a travel year. Let's celebrate, freedom loving, like doing things that maybe you don't normally do. If you're in a 5 year this year, this is the time. Go on that vacation or whatever that you've been wanting to do for a long time. Just basically enjoying life and breaking up the routines. 5 years is a fun year to just go. It can be a little chaotic sometimes too, but if you keep focused and you stay structured, but you allow yourself to be free with your thoughts and where you want to go in life, and just trying out new things, new foods, new places, new things, then you'll be right in line with your 5. A 6 year is all about family and community. Um, Balanced. I wrote reevaluation of things. So it's kind of getting your house in order type of year, you know. Whatever, maybe some feng shui around the house, um, just reconnecting with family and kind of building that tight community, whether it be if you're an employer, your employees, and getting to know everybody, or if it's just, you and your family, your kids and your wife or husband or whatever, just getting to connect with them a little bit more. So that's a 6 year. 7 year is look outside of your awareness. So like what you are normally just aware of, like how you are being, try to step outside of that. Look at yourself from outside, because it's a very spiritual number, right? You're in this year, you're able to sense things that maybe you didn't before, right? And you're curious about maybe spiritual type things in this 7 year. But they could also be just like studying up on whatever you're interested in, doesn't necessarily have to be spiritual, but it is a spiritual number. And you may feel things like you may run into people that talk to you about numerology or astrology or something else. And for some reason, if you're in a 7 year, you might just be open to listening to that. And maybe another year, like if you were in a 5 year or something, maybe you'd be too busy traveling and moving around to even focus in on that. But in a 7 year, it's a good year to, study up, read, look into things, watch videos on whatever it is that you're interested in. An 8 year is a manifesting year. That's the year we just came out of globally. It's about it's also kind of about getting things in order, but at a larger scale than just like getting your house in order, right? It's like lining things up, and you're kind of setting the stage for when you get into your 1 year, when you're going to start something new. It's a financially friendly number in 8. So usually if you are in a personal 8 year, then you're probably doing pretty well that year financially, at least if you gauge it to what you had been doing the year before, or maybe you had a bad financial year a couple years before. The 8 year will be the year it's like, okay, wow, this is all like coming to life, and we're making things happen now. Yeah, just basically creating the life that you really want, right? It's like it's a great number to just get things done. And then the 9 year that we're in. So if you are in a personal 9 year, and then it's also a global 9 year, you're actually in line. Every year you probably feel very energized about all things. Like if you know somebody that is like all the time, they're just like in it, they're in the zone, they're aligned with everything that's happening. Things come to them naturally. They don't think too hard on things. They most likely their personal year is locked in with the global year. So your personal year is a 9, global year is a 9. So it's a high energy this year, if that's the case for you, where you're like, I have to get things out the door. I got important things coming up next year, so let's get this done. Let's flush all these things out of here. So what else I got? I don't know. That's about it. So that's kind of what I wanted to go over today. Just kind of tell everybody Happy New Year. It's a great year to just clean house, clean your mind, Focus on what you want to achieve in the next few years. What's the new goal? It could even be what you're already doing now. If you're talking career wise, it could just be expanding on that. There could be new ways of doing whatever you're currently doing, and this is a year to like say, okay, this is what I want to focus on, and all these other things that are holding me back from focusing my energy on that thing, I need to let those things kind of go to the side or just release them completely, because this goal is more important and I need to focus all my energy down the road here. So clear the slate this year. That's what a 9-year is. So I hope that was helpful for everyone, and I hope everybody is enjoying their New Year's Day and had an awesome New Year's Eve. I know that I did. We had a good group of friends at a buddy's house of mine, and we just played like games and just had great conversation, and just probably over there till like 1:30. And just good energy. It was a good way to bring in the new year with amazing people. And everybody should be trying to do that as well within their own little groups and communities. Just try to surround yourself with the energy that you want in your life, right? So the more you can be that energy, and the more you can bring in that energy from other people, like that is what you're trying to create. Most of it is within you. So once you really start developing that innate feeling of like, you know who you are and what you want to do, then you will start attracting the people that can help you achieve that goal. And once you start building that team of people and amazing group around you, like there's literally no stopping you. So yeah, have an amazing 2025, and I will see you on the next episode. See you later.